And here I was thinking I would not be on camera anytime soon, but things change. Hola everyone, my name is Christopher y bienvenidos to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing my thoughts on the newly revealed Nuface moments, as well as the 2023 Pride accessory pack by Integrity Toys. So hang on and hold on tight because got a few things to say. But before we go into today's video, if you are new here and are a fashion doll lover just like myself, please consider hitting the subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I have a new video. Now, let's get into today's topics, shall we? Alright, so I'm going to start with the Nuface moments, and I'm going to leave the accessory packs for last. Now, the accessory packs already somewhat had asked for my opinion, so I'm going to share it. I originally wasn't going to make a video about them because I didn't think I had so much to say about the packs themselves. But with the knowledge that we were going to get a reveal on Friday, I was like, you know what, I can put both topics into one video because I'm just going to be sharing my thoughts on them right now. Now, when it comes to the Nuface moments, I'm going to be starting from least to favorite because that's kind of how this works for me. So, my least interest in this reveal is Poetic Interloop. I will insert the specs right over here for these dolls. This is a twin gift set, and where do I start? It's not negative. That's where I'm going to start. I would like to say, overall, when it comes to these moments, it's like a double-edged sword for me personally, because I can see how it's relevant for new collectors to kind of, I don't want to say catch up, but relive something and maybe have it in a different variety. And also for collectors that have been around for a while, possibly getting something in a different feel with the same vibe. So with that being said, I like where the moments are going. I just don't need them to be so consistent. If you sprinkle a few moments here and there, I'm totally fine with them, but let's just not get too comfortable with moments, okay? Anyways, I digress. Poetic Interlude, the Lilith and Eden twin gift set. Now, I remember this moment. I remember I was not a member when this moment came out. And I remember this particular collection that this moment is from, which, if I'm not mistaken, was the Reckless collection. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was the year before or 2 years before I joined. I definitely feel like this line is the reason why I joined the W Club, or like the Integrity World, was this line right here. So I'm not surprised that this moment was chosen. I just think that the original was so much stronger in its color palette that this new color palette falls flat. I will also say, and if you are a subscriber to my channel, you know where this is going. Or maybe you don't, but I feel like you do. I've come to learn with time that I prefer the Eden and Lilith's mold in a deeper skin tone. I feel that both of the screenings on this set are very safe, they're very bland, and they're very boring. And I feel like the mold itself is very soft. So those two things together, I almost feel like the dolls disappear in the background. I feel like if I would have them in person or unpack them, they wouldn't have much of a presence. I feel like the color tones and the palette that we use are very cold, and they lack the most appeal. And, you know, it's great that they're being sold as a set. I don't remember the last time they came as a set. I feel like a lot of times recently they've been separates that you kind of have to like pair together up, which I'm okay so far. So for that reason, I would say the Poetic Interloop is like my least favorite out of all four technically that represented all of this, I guess that. It was just lacking a lot. But again, I can see where the appeal for them can be. And I'll leave it there with Poetic Interloop. Alright, so My number 2 spot goes to Nausea. Uh, well, they so flat. So before I insert her specs, I'm going to insert this. So, okay, cool. I inserted that right. I own this doll. And I feel like although they're very different dolls, when I look at this new print in pink, I have the names on the side for me. Print in pink Nausea, I thought of her immediately. And it's like I have a Nausea that's light skin, and I have a Nausea that's blonde, and the blonde is in curls. Yes, the curls are different, but there was something about this doll that, and I shared it with my friends, we were talking about it, where you like her, but you don't need her. There's something appealing, but there's something bland. I joined the lottery for her, so don't think I didn't like her that much. Because it is just such a strong print. Like, I loved it on Fit to Print Nausea. I do not have the Colette version because that is definitely a throwback. But I love the idea of getting this print in various colors and perhaps various pieces, because with this fit, this print it pink, whoa, this printed pink Nausea is giving us a skirt and a jacket that we don't have the Fit to Print Nausea, right? So I love the variations of the pieces being different with the same print, because in my mind I always think with styling and I'm like, oh, this would be fun to kind of like mix and match if you had both, or if you had 3. I mean, for me, I only have the Fit to Print Nausea in the purple, so it would be 2. So I see the appeal, but personally, as soon as I saw her, I saw a project. I can't help it. I feel like my creative juices have been on a high lately, and either you're like a home run, or my brain starts thinking of ways to alter you. And when it came to this Nausea, already hit my friend up, and I was like, so how can we customize her? Because I felt like she felt like a diamond in a rough. She felt like she had something going, but it wasn't enough to sell me, but it was enough for me to join the lottery. Okay? So, for that, Print It Pink Nausea Rhymes is number 2 on my list, which then means you know who number 1 is. I mean, what can be said? Come on, say it with me, say it to me. Perfection. Naturally Cool Ayumi is perfection. That's it. That's where I stand with that. There's no debate, there is no argument. Perfection. Love getting this outfit in a more neutral kind of sand beige feel. That is a color combo that I feel like has been really popular. Those pieces are great as basics to get in that color. The palette of just her skin, hair, eyes, and clothing. Literally wrap it up and ship it to me now. That's all I gotta say. Ship it to me now. She was one of those dolls that when you see her, just like, yup. And it felt effortless. It felt easy. I'm a big restyle person. If you follow my channel, you know. And with dolls like Ayumi, everything is so well suited in such a simplistic way that almost got it wrong. But it's great because it allows for so many great ways to style with other clothing. I really hate when the girls or the dolls eye makeup is a little too close to the outfit, because it doesn't give a lot of variety when it comes to styling. One of the best things with styling with any doll is very neutral makeup, and this Ayumi, I've been dreaming about her since that video went up. Just thinking of the ways I'm going to play with her, thinking of the ways I'm going to style her. Mind blown. loved her. And this is where I say where I already know I'm not going to love every moment, but some of these moments I want to relive, especially if you're going to give me something like that. So, am I sad about moments? Like I said, if you sprinkle them in, I'm okay. Because also, from a financial standpoint, I have to think of finances. I'm still, working on manifesting more stability in that department. I love to go into something knowing like, okay, cool, I'm not going to love everything, and that's great. Because I feel like going into something and loving everything and then not being able to achieve everything there, oh, it'd be hurting. And I almost feel like I just judged myself by saying achieve and having that mentality of not thinking I'm going to achieve something. But also, I like to love my dolls and not just get things to get. That's not where I'm at in life. So, with all that being said, I will be very happy with Print a Pink Naja because I have a very different vision for her in my head. It's not that different. It's not that drastic, but whatever. I can imagine her in a different way. And Naturally Cool Ayumi, that could be a name, but it's not her name. Perfection. Wrap it up, send it to me now. Literally, send it to me now. Those are my thoughts on the moments. Now, let me quickly discuss what I think on the accessory packs. Alright, so this year, Integrity Toys decided to make 2 accessory packs to celebrate Pride. We had, I think, gotten a hint about this in an email a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, that sounds super cool. I didn't have high expectations because I myself don't really celebrate Pride. That is something that I'm currently working through and really kind of coming into the sense of I've been very fortunate to have family. So that community never felt like home to me. But anyways, that's no here and there because we don't have to talk about my personal Pride story while we are discussing this accessory pack. And we won't. So back to the fashions. I have to say, I passed on both because first of all, the shoe pack confused me. We'll get there at some point. And then the first styling pack felt like it was lacking some things. And let me explain. I would first like to say that I would love to see more accessory or fashion packs from Integrity Toys. One of the reasons why we love fashion dolls is because of the fashions. And I've been finding it very interesting lately, even with Barbie, who's been releasing more fashion packs, how they're constantly producing these dolls, but they're not producing fashions for you to interchange them with anymore. I feel like when I was younger, there were so many fashion packs, and I feel like you go on eBay now, you're like living in the day of fashion packs, and now they feel so hard to come across. So with the Erin Night Out that was recently introduced, where the accessory pack was separate from the doll, and now with this Pride, I would love to see this be continued. I'm not gonna go after all of them, but as a restyler, I love being able to have variety, to feel like my creativity has all of the tools it needs to expand. I completely really shared a lot more than I thought I was gonna share on that topic. So let me focus again because I feel like I left the topic. The first pack, I wrote the name here on the side. 2023 Pride Celebration Style Pack. I felt like it was too many repeated stuff with the same things and not enough of other things. And I read this, I think, in a comment at the forum or somewhere else, and I was like, that makes a lot more sense. I almost feel like in a fashion pack would have been better with maybe 3 looks that could possibly be mix and match, because someone said, where's a feather boa or just a boa in general? It's so a celebratory thing. It would have been nice to see maybe a pair of shorts for an ohm in there. I could have lived with 1 less scarf and then 1 less fan to get those things. But with the confusion, there's a lot of ums so far in this video. I felt that. I love that they were trying to be this is for everyone and it can go for all of your collections. When you don't collect all collections, that's when the shoe pack got complicated. See, I primarily, mostly focus only on Nuface and Fashion Royalty. Those are my preferences. That is my opinion. That is my joy. You are allowed to have others. And I felt that with the style pack, all of the shirts looked like they fit the girls, but not really the guys, and that could be a risk because I just don't remember a guy being photographed in it. I remember the male doll having the scarf, having a fan, and one of the pair of hands with the molding was a pair of ohm hands with nail polish, which has been super cool because I have my Lucas from the Magia 2000 collection. I love the fact that he has his nails painted, so I like to see that again. But I almost just feel like it would have been nice to have fashion packs with fashion, like each look be something different. Like give me maybe parade look, and maybe give me night out look, maybe give me, I don't know, drag queen in one, and then I would be able to mix it myself. So I saw the potential with the style pack, but decided against it because it just, in my mind, would have not worked with what I got in my closet right now. And when it came to the shoes, as I just kind of said earlier, I don't collect every line. So I almost feel like 90% of the shoes there will not ever get used. And what's the point of getting something if you're not going to use it? I think out of the whole set, I only like 2 shoes. I think I have photos, so I'll insert my 2 here. And for like the orange boots, which are also my favorite, I see the photo and I'm like, who do they fit? Because the heel looks a little small, so I'm like, is that a Poppy industry foot? Is that a Nuface foot? And hopefully somebody can tell me, because I'm open to buying my 2 favorites separately later down the road if anyone buys it and separates it. I might be looking. So that is my thought, or those are my thoughts on the 2023 Pride Celebration accessory pack. I love the idea. It's not my aesthetic. I got a little confused with the shoes, but I hope to see more of this from Integrity. I hope to see more smaller sets that could even kind of maybe be a cushion in between a big delay coming up, where you kind of are like sprinkling something I can use with the collection I currently have. I think would be great. So that is a wrap on this video. I hope my thoughts were enlightening. I hope they gave you a different perspective. I really have been appreciating everyone who's been leaving comments on either my community posts or in the comments in the videos, and really love hearing how my point of view is really helping people see these dolls from a different light, because that's kind of the goal. Is yes, we can see them how they're presented, but a lot of the times, for some collectors, not all, we like to actually play with them, and we would like to see what else they could do for us in different various fashions. And I love that that is resonating with you guys out there. So until next time, and trust me, there's definitely a next time. Adios.